Hello and good morning, Madam Malia. Today, my name is Mohd Faqhurazize bin Muhammad. My metric number is 75794. Today, my partner and I will talk about defamation case in Malaysia. Introduction. People may assume they have been defamed if someone says or implies something terrible about their characters to a third party. But whether or not this is defamatory depends on the context and to whom it was spoken. The publishing must be false and without the consent of the alleged defamed person to be considered defamatory. Defamation has two legal subcategories, which is libel and slander. Defamation through written words, photo, or any other visual symbol in a print or electronic medium that is online or internet-based is referred to as a libel. Slander is defamation that is spoken. Summary Anwar Ibrahim suits Khairi Jamaluddin. According to the Astro Awani Online on September 19, 2016, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, 74, or his real name Datuk Seri Haji Anwar bin Ibrahim, filed a defamation suit against Khairi Jamaluddin, or his real name is Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar, for allegedly making defamatory claims about their politician on during a political talks in Lembah Pantai in 2008. He also claims that his name has become tarnished as a result of some defamatory headlines that have appeared on social media main page. Anwar also claiming that Khairi, who was then UMNO vice chief, had uttered defamatory words against him, Anwar, and caused the publication of a video clip titled Anwar and Kin No Trip on news portal including MalaysiaKini.com. Identify who are the plaintiff and the defendant in the cases. A plaintiff is someone who filed a lawsuit against another person in the court of law. Anwar Ibrahim, 74, or his real name is Datuk Seri Haji Anwar bin Ibrahim, filed defamation suit to Khairi Jamaluddin for allegedly making defamatory about the politician on during a political talk in Lembah Pantai in 2008. The defendant is a person who has a lawsuit filed against her. According to a lawsuit, defendant names by Datuk Seri Haji Anwar bin Ibrahim is Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar, who slandered him on political talk to the point of damaging reputation as a politician. What are the verdict of the case? According to the Astro Awani Online, the High Court in Kuala Lumpur today ordered Youth and Sport Minister Khairi Jamaluddin to pay former opposition leader Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim RM 150,000 in general damage for making derogatory remarks about him during a ceramah, which is political talk in Lembah Pantai in 2008. Azizul Azmi Adnan delivered the verdict, concluding that Khairi, as the defendant, had defamed Anwar and that the defamatory comments said by Khairi were significant because the case involved a well-known politician. The court also ordered Khairi Jamaluddin to pay RM 60,000 in cost to Anwar. In addition, he claimed that he had been humiliated in front of others. He further argues that his reputation has been trained and libels headlines that have appeared on social media's major page. Anwar filed a defamation suit against Khairi and claiming that Khairi, who was the UMNO vice chief, had uttered defamatory words against him, which is Anwar. It resulted in the publication of a public clip headline, Anwar and Kin post no tweet, on news websites such as MalaysiaKini.com. If the case can be settled out of court, what will you suggest to both parties? As we know, the problem of this defamation suit can be settled out of court without inconveniencing and involving various parties. If the plaintiff and defendant want to settle the case out of the court, the best way that I would suggest is making a public apology. Khairi Jamaluddin can make a public apology either on television or on social media. It would be preferred if both parties could agree to mediation. Mediation is a process in which two parties meet with a trained mediator who assists them in reaching a settlement. At any point before a matter is decided, the two sides may agree to mediate. They can put their agreement in writing and settle the case outside of court if they reach an agreement. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to everyone. Summary: Anwar Ibrahim sued New Straits Times. Anwar Ibrahim sued the New Straits Times Press and STP and Tan Sri Abdullah Ahmad, the group former editor-in-chief, in 2003 because his image has been harmed by an article published on March 2, 2002. On November 25, 2009, the outcomes of Anwar Ibrahim's NST case will be announced. Anwar dignities and family have been shattered by an article published in the New Straits Times titled Anwar's Ties to US Lobbyists. Anwar is attempting to link himself to US agents. Anwar Ibrahim has already asked the Malaysian government to investigate the charge leveled against him by former Bank Negara Malaysia Assistant Governor Dato Abdul Murad Khalid. Abdul Murad accused Anwar of having 20 master accounts maintained by his friend, including assets, shares, and money valued more over 3 billion ringgit Malaysia in a statutory statement on October 26, 1999. Next is identify who are the plaintiff and defendant in the case. The plaintiff is someone who brings a lawsuit in a court of law against another person. Anwar Ibrahim is a Malaysian politician who served as a member of parliament in the Malaysian parliament as the member of parliament for Port-Dickson. In this instance, Anwar is the plaintiff and he has filed a defamation suit against the New Straits Times Press. The defendant is a person who is the subject of a lawsuit because he made an erroneous statement. Media Prima owns the New Straits Times, a Malaysian publishing and printing firm. NSTP publishes the New Straits Times, the Daily News, and the Metro Daily. Anwar Ibrahim's claim defended from them. What are the verdict of the case? On November 25, the Kuala Lumpur High Court will rule on Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim's 100 million defamation claims against New Straits Times Press. Anwar launched the action in response to a story published in the New Straits Times on March 2, 2002, claiming that Anwar had hidden 3 billion ringgit Malaysia in offshore accounts and had connection to Western interests. State that Anwar testified that the story was false and that he lacked honesty. He further stated that Anwar had openly challenged the government to launch the independent probe into the claims made in the article. Anwar evidence was confirmed by the testimony of former ACA Director of Investigation Abdul Razak Idris, which reinforced the opposition leader's case. Anwar filed a 100 million ringgit Malaysia lawsuit against NSTP and its former editor-in-chief, Dato Abdul Ahmad, over an illegal defamatory story titled Anwar Ties to US Lobbyists, which was published on March 2, 2002. On July 4, 2003, Anwar filed a lawsuit. The newspaper publisher was ordered by the High Court to pay him 100,000 ringgit Malaysia in damage. NSTP was also ordered to pay 2,000 ringgit Malaysia to cover court costs and additional 8% interest as long as the compensation is not paid. If the case can be settled out of the court, what will you suggest to both parties? I believe it will be preferable if both parties could agree to mediation. Mediation is a procedure in which two parties meet with qualified mediator who assists them in reaching an agreement. The two parties may agree to mediate at point before a matter is decided. If they reach an agreement, they can put it in writing and resolve the dispute without going to court. The idea that I made above may be utilized by Anwar Ibrahim and the New Straits Times Press to settle the issue outside of the court if they so want, because this suggestion can save both the plaintiff and defendant in the case time, money, and result in a result that both are happy with. Next is conclusion. Finally, defamation plays a crucial part in preserving one's good name. This defamation can safeguard someone who is being slandered and persecuted in order to ruin their reputation. Furthermore, this defamation has the potential to teach the person being sued a lesson not to repeat this unethical act in the future. Above defamation case has taught us an important lesson regarding the necessity of being cautious in our writing, speaking, publishing, and actions, since any of this might lead to additional misunderstanding. That's all from us. Thank you.